Hey guys, we're back with Real Talk with Joe and Cody. What's up? We missed
What
each other last week. You never
we
called.
did. We did. I thought about reaching out to you, but I also thought, you know what? He's having a good time and I don't want
I
to I don't want
I
to
just
bring you down and go, "Oh man, yeah, maybe I could like step aside and do it." So, I figured
the
if you had
days were
some
so it wasn't like that we were super busy, obviously, but it was like I think because we came in Tuesday, I just got mixed up on the days. I was like, ah, dang it, I forgot to set up time with Cody. So
yeah, that's okay.
oh well, we're back. We're back. Vegas was good. A lot of fun, and I actually won money. Came back with
Hey,
more than I left with, so that's good.
dude.
Yeah, might
That's
just make it a career. If I keep going that route, I might just
right.
stop real estate and start start
Yeah.
gambling, professional gambler. So,
What was you do you have a game of choice or
I
you just kind of
generally like when my friends and not my friends, my family, my brothers and stuff were there, is we played blackjack. We would just take a table
okay.
and just play
Yeah.
blackjack.
Yeah.
And I'm like that. I'm the dork that like takes when I win, like I take the chips that I've like put in and just like put them in my pocket. So I
Oh
like
yeah.
play with the house's money, and I feel like
There you
okay,
go.
worst case scenario, those chips are in my pocket. I've got it.
Yes.
And so yeah, it went pretty well the first night at
That's
least.
awesome.
So
Oh,
yeah, had a
that's
good
all you
time.
need.
My dad was there and had the whole Celtic convention thing. I once said
Yeah.
Celtics, and my family corrected me that it's Celtic. So
Oh, yes. I was going to correct you.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know the football lingo again. Or the European football lingo.
You
But yeah,
don't
it was a good
follow it
time.
at all.
No, I wish I could say
No.
I did. I didn't.
Did
But there's some
did you at all
passionate
like
people there that are that do
yeah.
follow it and are willing to go to Vegas for well, some people are coming from Ireland. Well, a lot of people are coming from Ireland and Scotland, and they stay a long time in Vegas.
Uh-huh.
Too
Did
long
you
in my
follow
opinion.
it at all when you were a kid? Like did your dad
No, my
was
dad
he able
actually
to watch it?
he I think he liked it, but it wasn't like it was he got into it, in his older years. He found a
Oh,
friend
okay.
in Arizona that like owned a bar in Arizona, an Irish bar in Arizona that kind of got him into it. So yeah, they go together to these things, and
Yeah.
we golfed pretty well. We had best
Yeah?
ball. My brothers and my nephew and I golfed in the scramble and golfed pretty well. We didn't
Nice.
win, but we played pretty well. So
That's
it was fun.
okay. Where did you play? Do you remember?
I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. Desert Pines, maybe? It's not like
Oh,
a fancy
yeah.
golf course.
It's funny because that's the only course I've played down there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so funny. I'll have to look it up. Maybe I'm just making up a name, but I thought it
No.
was called that. So,
That's what it is. And the only reason I actually remember it because I have a horrible memory. But when I went there, I'd never been to Vegas before. It was like a work trip kind of
yeah.
thing. And I thought, I'd always heard that like Vegas, there's just no rules. So
Yeah.
I brought golf clubs and I don't know, assumed that since Vegas has no rules, like I wouldn't need to wear a polo. Um, so I showed up to the golf course in a tank top and they're
Nice.
like, yeah, you're going to need
Classy.
to. So I didn't
So
have
you
any
bought a
polos.
shirt.
So I bought a shirt and I bought a hat because it was like middle of
Nice.
summer on my bald head. So I have a
That's
Desert
awesome.
Pines hat and a Desert Pines
That's
polo
so
that
funny.
I
I
don't
hope
like
I'm
either
like
of
saying
them,
it, but
but
let me just see if it's
I'm pretty sure that's what it is because I think my hat says DP on it.
I think that's where we were, but I don't know. My brothers and something will tell me it was wrong or right. Um, I think this place looks a little nicer than where we were, but maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, oh
Yeah.
no, this might be it. So, anyways,
We also
yeah, it
didn't
was a good time.
pre-plan. So it was one of those we
Yeah,
called to get a tea time like the night before.
I
Like,
think, yeah, it was a decent thing, but I think there were some issues with the beginning. They were saying that they either weren't prepared for us or weren't ready. Like the booking was mixed, so apparently in the morning it was kind of a fiasco. But we
okay.
pulled up. Like my dad totally was like, "Hey, we were like, when is it? Tell us what time it starts." He's like, "I don't know. It starts in the morning. Our bus leaves. They had a bus kept leaving from their casino that took everyone there. We were at a different hotel, and he's like, "Well, we're leaving at 6." I'm like, "I'm not getting there at 6."
Yeah. What time do I
Anyways,
have to be there?
we were like, oh, "Okay, it's gonna start at 8, so no big deal." So we get there. we get there and they're literally everyone's waiting for us.
Oh, no
Us
way.
four Americans walking up with our golf clubs, and everyone's sitting in there like 30 carts lined up waiting to go. We
Oh,
just
no
load up
way.
and just take off. Oh, it's so funny. But anyways, I don't think my dad
That's
was too
great.
pleased about that. But
Yeah,
got to tell us the time. Got to tell us the time.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah. So, anyways,
that's great.
I'm seeing things in the news and media, social media from lenders and social media saying there's a potential rates gonna go down. I don't know if you have any insight into that.
No, I don't. The
Okay.
last I've seen is that it looks like the Fed rate cuts might not happen in 2025. If they
Okay.
do, it might be towards the end of the year. But that's just the latest that I've seen. I
Yeah.
mean, we've seen rates, over the last week and a half or so slowly improve. I think what tends to happen is as everyone, we all look at the Fed and what they are doing, because typically that moves the needle for the mortgages. But over the Fed dropped the rate 3 different times, I think it was the last year, and the mortgage rates really didn't have the same impact as what the Fed did. So I think we kind of look at that as like the signal. If the Fed is ready to start dropping rates, then hopefully the mortgage rates will continue with that. But they're so bond driven that the bond market has had a weird, wild ride lately. And the bond market usually is like the stable, kind of steady eddy. But I think with the stock market and crypto and everything else, like investors aren't knowing where the stable money,
Hmm.
like when the stock market starts going bad, typically they would take it and put it into the bond market, which then helps bring rates down. But it's like that hasn't been the case. Gold has been a profitable thing that's pretty safe. So I think there's a lot of investors going gold, crypto. I don't know, but I think until the Fed really does start to kind of do like what they did for COVID, right? Where they just started dumping money
Hmm.
into the treasuries. I think we're going to be kind of just sitting here waiting for some either big economic thing where the Fed really does start dumping into it, or it just starts to naturally kind of work itself out on its own. But from what
Well,
I've
thank
seen,
you. Thank you for
yeah,
the depressingness. I saw like a couple things. I was like, okay, let's see what
yeah.
happens.
Hey,
Cody
maybe I
comes and
just need
just
to read
slaps us
more.
right in the face, saying,
Yeah.
"Nope."
Right?
But
Uh,
even with it, oddly enough, I think like with the um, in the real estate world, I think with the rates high, I want to say it's a buyer's market. It, you know, I think that depending on your definition of what a buyer's market is, I think that, from what we're seeing like on the ground, buyers just have more of a say and they're able to ask for closing costs or lower price and, do the various things that would never be possible in a traditional seller's market. And I think so I know a lot of people still say it's a seller's market officially or whatever. It's just I think it's a buyer's market.
it
Which
sure
is good
doesn't
because
seem.
I think like lenders are trying to fight for business, like fight to get the best rates for people. They're willing, we're really pushing 2-1 buy downs. They're pushing all sorts of
Yeah.
stuff, and then also sellers are wanting an offer. They're willing to say just give us an offer, and so I think the buyers definitely have more of a say right now than they ever have. And part of that, I didn't read the whole article, but part of it was like if rates go down, like say to 5%, it's like that competition's going to be huge
Yeah.
because there is a built up tensity with the buyers right now that if rates drop to that low, it, it would I was going to say something inappropriate, but it would be hot. It would be a hot
Yes.
market. And
I
so,
completely
then you're
agree.
back to sellers saying, we want full price, no closing costs, blah, blah, blah. So if
Yeah.
you have the ability to, maybe a good time to get in and when there's less competition and sellers are more willing than ever, or at least in the past few years, sellers are more willing than ever to entertain different offers to help you out
Yeah.
to get into a home. So anyways,
Totally. No, I think it's 100% a buyer's market. And that's not necessarily meaning that like it's the perfect time to
to
buy
buy.
because
Yeah.
everything is cheap
Yeah.
but overall I think the buyers they have all the cards right now.
They do.
Sellers, I don't know what you're seeing, but I'm seeing more stuff. I'm starting to see people now actually talk about price drops and prepping people like your house is, there's a good chance it's going to stay on the market longer. Like we're in a different time than we were years ago
For sure.
when that's what we kind of cling on to, is what was the latest thing that happened. And if you're going to sell your house, you're still thinking that you're going to get 20 offers in the first week. But
Yeah.
I think that buyers definitely, I mean, more and more stuff is staying on the market longer, and price drops, and they're not big price drops for a lot of homes that I'm seeing, but they're still needing to drop the price,
For
which
sure.
tells you that, hey, we need buyers because we don't have any buyers that are buying at this price point.
At that
So
price. Yeah. I
yeah.
think that's the hardest part at sellers, like getting them to we say to price at the lower end of market value. You're still getting market value, but you should be on the lower end of that when you price, because buyers are looking for a deal right now. They're not looking to pay high end of market value. They're just not. And so the homes that sell quickly are the ones that are priced in the low end of market value. The ones
Mm-hmm.
that sit for longer are the ones that try to risk it and say, let's keep it, let's put it on for as high as we can. But it
Sure.
just generally doesn't work out.
I'm going to throw a random question at you on the spot here. Okay. You're advising your sellers to, do something to the home. Do you go cosmetic, little like touch up paint things? Do you go landscaping? What do you have kind of like a defaulted thing? Like here's a little checklist of a couple things that you should always do regardless of the condition of the home.
Yeah, you led me into this as like a sales pitch for me, which is great.
Yeah.
Because what our company will do is we come in, and it depends on the house. Like some need just the curb appeal, like some just need a landscape stuff, and then the inside of the house is beautiful. Some don't. Some need the inside of the house. So we have a designer and interior designer and stager that come to all of our clients, and whether they're living in the house or whether they're going to move out and we need to stage it, they come through and they advise on each room, each area, all that stuff, and they will make a basic, like a checklist of, you don't have to do it all, but here's what we suggest to get it photo
Yeah.
ready and to get it showing ready, so that the clients don't have to think about it. It's just like we walk through, the professionals walk through, the stager is like, and the designer is like, here's what you do to
Mm-hmm.
make it look the best. Here's what we utilize. We bring in stuff. We use their own stuff. So yeah, we have a
Yeah.
customized like plan for each client. So that's
That's
what you
kind of
get
nice.
when you work with us. You get that.
Yeah. Right.
And
Only
that's
the best of the best.
so thank you for that random question, Cody. But
Yes.
but
Well,
I think
because
it's helpful, and I think now for sellers, your home has to shine. Buyers come in critiquing
yeah.
right away, and they
Yeah.
are looking at everything in the
Huh.
house negative. If you don't show it
Sure.
off right, from the front door, then they're going to start critiquing everything. And why do I have to pay this? Oh, I'm going to have to spend this to paint this or do this.
Right.
So we try to like customize each home with the client, with their specific needs and their goals, and say, here's how to make it look its best. And again, you can do 5 things on the list. You can do everything on the list or none of the things on the list, but it just gives them a starting point of like, okay, this is what we see in the market needs to be done to get your house ready to go. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
So if you want that, SRG, so where to go?
SRG. That's right.
Uh,
Well, because I can imagine that there would probably be a lot of emotions with with sellers, and like thinking that something is like, we did this and this looks perfect, and then you
For
get
sure.
somebody else that comes in and is like, well, maybe it
For
looks
sure.
perfect to you, but other people that walk in, that first impression,
Yeah. It's
it's a
hard to
big
hear
deal.
too.
It's
Hard.
right. Well, and
Yeah.
especially with it being so overwhelming when you walk into a home when you're thinking about buying it, like
Yeah.
you're kind of looking all over the place. So it's those, whatever catches your eye.
Yeah. And I think that adding that credibility of an actual designer and stager come in,
Yeah.
it kind of gives that, like, people don't think it's just this agent wants this or
Yeah.
that. It's like someone professional that's like, hey, they know what they're doing, this they do this all the time, and this is what they suggest because that's where they see the success in the home. So yeah, I think it's helpful. I think people can get overwhelmed with it because they do make a list of everything, and we just have to be
Sure.
clear, like, hey, you don't have to do all of this
Yeah.
if you can't handle it. But yeah, it seemed to work out a lot with our clients, and they like it. So
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
that's what we do.
White glove treatment.
Yes,
There we
sir.
go.
Yes, sir. Well,
I like it.
yeah, we're back in the mode then. Summer mode.
Yes.
We're good. You're not going anywhere. You don't allowed to take
School's out.
vacations. You will be doing You'll be
Yep.
doing this every week and
Just living here. Yeah.
waiting for my call so that
Yes.
we can do this live.
I have a fun golf trip in July, middle of July, going out to
Okay.
Pronghorn. And then
nice.
I think in August, I want to say middle of August, taking a little family trip down to Klamath Falls for a few days before school starts. But otherwise,
Sweet.
I will be here on this live stream
Advising
with you.
on everything.
Yes.
Well, cool, man. Well, it was good to see you. And
Hey, you too.
yeah, we'll just chat with you next week.
That sounds good, man.